Hey, everybody. Okay, so I couldn't wait until tomorrow. I wanted to come back right away. We are on chapter 53, and I'm going to jump right back in. Okay, so here we go. It was who I thought it was Pamela Johnston. Oh, sorry. Where are we going? I can't figure out how to get this over here. There we go. Sorry about that. The lady who ran the airfield out in California, the one Tommy fell in love with, the one who had a major league contact with the enlightened ones, the same lady who wanted 1/3 of EI's $20 million reward for the long lost Vermeer painting, the concert. Oh, you found it, didn't you, Tommy? She said with a flirty little smile. Maybe. Tommy was tail spinning again. I could tell. He was wiggling his eyebrows up and down. I think with him, it's just a reflex. Whenever a pretty girl smiles at him, something kicks in and he forgets everything except how to operate his eyebrows. And now, Miss Johnson continued, her voice purring like a contented cat, you're transporting the package down to Washington so your mother can authenticate it, aren't you? Maybe, said Tommy, trying to lean casually with one hand against the counter so he could look suave and cool. It didn't work. The train was bouncing, so was Tommy. Miss Johnson smiled some more. What a waste of time, she gestured at a skinny man seated next to her. My friend here, Antoine, is an art expert. I am, said Antoine through his nose, which was even skinnier than the rest of his body. Antoine would happily authenticate that piece for us. I would. Happily. Well, what makes you think we found anything? I asked, trying my best to sound tough. I have friends everywhere, said Miss Johnston, including 2 elderly members of the Finster Club in Pennsylvania. The Finster Club, sorry. And who are those 2 dudes? Asked Tommy, gesturing toward Miss Johnson's other traveling companions. Oh, they're just friends of my other friends. You know, the ones who are very enlightened. Only we ain't so enlightened, said one of the goons, cracking and popping his knuckles. And we don't know nothing about that art, said the other, cracking and popping his neck. But, like all of us, they know what they like. Oh, yeah, I said, trying to sound tough. And what exactly is that? Miss Johnston smiled. 1/3 of $20 million. Of course. The biggest of the big goons slipped a hand into his jacket like he was reaching for a weapon. Where's the Vermeer, boys? He sneered. Time to turn it over to the grown-ups. I looked at Tommy. Yeah, he said, and we both took off running. We dashed through, we're on chapter 54. We dashed through the whooshing glass doors between cars just as the train conductor announced, Union Station, Washington is our next stop. We can lose them in the train station, I said over my shoulder to Tommy. Yeah, if they don't catch us on this train first. We felt hot air rush up behind us. The 2 goons had just whooshed through the same sliding doors that we did. Tommy and I danced up the aisle as best we could. A minute to look at that. The train was rocking and rolling as it rounded curves. We scooted around a very big guy hauling a ginormous rolling suitcase out of the overhead bin. Oh, he created an excellent blockade. Get out of the aisle, pal, shouted one of the goons when they wouldn't get past the man with the suitcase. Well, I'm getting off at the next stop, said the man. Well, how about you get out of my way right now? Grunted the other goon as he shoved the rolling bag forward. The businessman pushed back. The goons pushed harder. And the next time I looked over my shoulder, the businessman was sitting on top of his suitcase. Rolling up the aisle like he was riding in a little red wagon. Tommy and I barged into the quiet car. We need to warn, Tommy said before 3 dozen angry travelers shushed him. Sorry, I whispered. And I got shushed too. I gave even a whisper. I guess even a whisper's a little too loud for the quiet car. So Tommy and I tiptoed as quietly as we could up the aisle. The train started to slow. Now arriving, Union Station, said the conductor. Final stop at this train, Union Station. A door slid open. The 2 thugs burst into the quiet car and they saw us. There they, shh, said all the quiet car passengers, very loudly, I might add. Sorry, said one of the goons. Now they were tiptoeing up the aisle too. Have you ever seen hippos do ballet? It's what they look like. Fortunately, all the quiet car passengers were getting up out of their seats as the Union train slowed and we pulled into the station. The aisle was crowded with people with suitcases. The 2 goons were blocked and they couldn't yell at anybody because I guess even goons respect the rules of a quiet car. Tommy and I made it to the next car. We have company, I said to Uncle Richie, Beck, and Storm. Pamela Johnson and some of those thugs who work with the enlightened ones. What does she want? Asked Beck. Probably to get back together with me, said Tommy. Or the Vermeer. They know we found something in Philly. Those 2 old geezers playing war were friends of Miss Johnston's. Well, what should we do? Give them the painting, said Storm. Huh? It's a fake. Which means we didn't find what the enlightened ones were looking for. They will lose interest in us and we'll be able to continue on our true mission, unimpeded. Does that mean we can do it without anybody messing with us? Asked Tommy. Yes, said Uncle Richie, which of course means yes. Tommy nodded. Cool, Storm. You're a genius. Thank you, Tommy. Come on, said Uncle Richie. Let's go give the enlightened ones a phony Vermeer so we can also give them the slip. So there we go. That's all we got for today. I knew it was Miss Johnston. Yes, I did. So that's it for today. I'll see you back here really tomorrow to read chapters 55 and 56. Have a good day. Bye-bye.